This is what a kombucha SCOBY or mushroom looks like. With this you make a nice fizzy probiotic drink. Probiotics are very important to put the good bacteria into your stomach, particularly after taking antibiotics or just enhancing them for good health. Very good for the immune system. So this is how we do it. I make tea with two normal tea bags, just black tea, boiling water. And then I add half a cup of sugar. Then I add just a little bit more because I find the kombucha needs just a little bit more, otherwise it goes too vinegary too soon. Then I give it a good mix and make sure the sugar's all dissolved. Then cover it up with a tea towel and let it cool. So let it cool naturally so it brews well. And there we are, all cooled. Squeeze out the bags, pour it into my 2.5 litre jar. And then add kombucha tea. If you buy a kombucha SCOBY, you quite often get it in a sealed plastic bag, SCOBY with kombucha tea starter, which is basically what this is. So I added about half a cup there, and then that's filtered water or bottled water, but you don't want chlorine in it, that's very bad. A little bit to top it up, but you don't want to make it too full because now we're going to put the SCOBY in it. The SCOBY might float, sink, go to the side, it really doesn't matter, it'll do the job. Put the lid on. That's the lid not being too tight, so that the gas can escape. And that goes to the side for about a week in the summertime. In the winter time it can take 14 to 20 days, so it just depends on the temperature. So now we're going to test it after 7 days, and the way we do that is we get a straw and just gently push it in the edge around the SCOBY. Have a little taste, and if it's not too sweet, a little bit sour, then it's just right. If it's not just right, that's okay, just put the lid back on, not too tight, and check it again in the next day after that, and eventually it will be ready. So here I've got a jar prepared for my next batch, and I have my tea all cooled, ready to go for this one. You can see the prepared kombucha is quite a light colour. The tea and the sugar have been used by the SCOBY to make kombucha. Take the SCOBY out, and you can see that another SCOBY has been created, which is pretty cool. I think it creates a second SCOBY to keep the air out, keep the contaminants out. Then your second SCOBY, you've got to put it somewhere, so it's a good idea to put it in some kombucha and then keep it in the fridge. And again, don't have the lid too tight because that will create gas too, and you don't want things exploding. A little bit of that kombucha as a kombucha tea starter. It's about half a cup again. Some filtered water. And you can see the difference in colour. The prepared kombucha is quite a bit lighter than the new. I'll put the SCOBY in. And then the lid, again, not too tight. And then cover that up with a tea towel, and again put it aside for about a week in the summer, 14 to 20 days in the winter. And then we're going to bottle this kombucha. I use plastic bottles because I don't like the idea of glass bottles breaking. This is pineapple juice, no preservatives, colours or flavours. It makes it really, really easy, and it does come up really nice. Okay, so I pour the pineapple juice in about 1/5, something like that. Measurements don't have to be exact. And then I pour the kombucha into a glass jar and pour it in that way, so I don't have anything too heavy, otherwise things get a bit messy. There we go, and you can see how fizzy it is. It's lovely. And I pour that into the bottle, and not too full. And then I add about half a teaspoon of sugar to that. Tighten it up really well, give it a nice little shake. And then what I do is I loosen the lid and squeeze in the bottle to push the air out, so that as the gas forms, the sides push out and I can see when it's ready. It gets a bit firmer. So that one's done. Now I'm quickly going to make some more. Now you don't have to use just pineapple juice, you can use other juices, pine orange, or you can go fresh, a bit of apple puree with a little bit of lemon juice and lemon rind to make a nice lemonade kombucha. It's very nice. Or the same with orange, a bit of orange juice and orange rind. I don't know what you would call that, but it is very tasty. Or you could try a bit of spices, apple and cinnamon, get a bit creative. You can try all sorts of different things. And the important thing is to flavour it after you take the SCOBY out. Don't flavour it while the SCOBY's in there, because I don't know what it'll do to it. It might taint it. And I have heard that SCOBYs can go mouldy, so you don't want that. So that's the last one. And that was pretty quick. Now I put it away for 2 or 3 days, or until the bottles are firm. I put it in an open cupboard, so I put a tea towel over it to keep the sunlight out. If you have a door, you don't need to do that. So it's been in the fridge for a couple of days. Now I'm going to hear that fizz, a little fizz. I'm going to have a little taste. Use a strainer, stainless steel or plastic strainer. You don't want other metal because it will be bad. So I use the strainer just to strain out the bits of SCOBY, which won't hurt you, but they are just a little bit slimy. Or if you're using apple puree or that sort of thing, you want, look at that, that's very lovely. You might want to strain out the bits of apple and things before you drink it. And yeah, that's really nice. It comes up really, really nice. So you put it in the fridge for a couple of days, or even a couple of hours, as we have done. A couple of hours and then drink it. It's very nice. Thank you for watching.